I make music because it's just fun.
It was the only thing to do where I grew up, in the countryside. And I wanted to be in the band.
I've tried other instruments, but I keep coming back to the drums.
The guitar seemed like a good way to play violent femme songs. I couldn't do it on the trumpet.
Why I play piano. I've just always felt most comfortable behind that instrument. I can always rely on Pierre to tell me if something sucks. Even sometimes when it doesn't suck. I've been presenting things that are a little bit more skeletal, and Christian is a really good arranger.
The arrangements are purely krautrock with southern rhythm section.
I guess we let each other lead in certain situations. Certainly from the writing perspective, you guys take the lead.
I have noticed that the process is very mysterious, and when I look back on it, I can't even remember exactly how it happened. It's kind of like getting out of your own way.
People ask me who sounds like us or who do we sound like, and I can't think of one band.
People sometimes say that my songwriting sounds French. Arthur Lee, Donovan.
Aren't you gonna say the obvious?
Yeah, I don't want to say the obvious. Billy Bragg, the Pixies. Every year I hear something new that is really interesting. I mean, the songwriting is very important, but lyrically we try to communicate a sentiment with words that you had never thought of before. Usually for me, it's like one little phrase comes into my head, and I think, oh, that's pretty cool. I can use that. To me, it's just a frustrating song about this country that I love that just keeps doing stupid, ridiculous bullshit. You're this girl, like this beautiful girl that everyone loves. Now you're just doing terrible things and no one wants to play with you anymore. Serenity may be your spouse, she is your pride and bliss. She lives in one room of your house, but disaster is your mistress. That's my favorite line that she's ever written.
I was thinking a lot about the apocalypse in a universal sense, but then I was also thinking about it in a personal sense. That very thin line between feeling like you're centered and balanced and everything's kind of okay, and what's just on the other side of that, which is how easy it is to kind of collapse.
I think New Yorkers have to travel for survival, because if you live here, you love it, but you have to get out. It's just part of your survival. We're all fortunate to be able to travel a lot in our lives for different reasons. We like to get out of the city as much as we can. It doesn't sound like a bunch of people in a room. I want it to sound like a record.
This recording was done, instrument by instrument, whereas the first two were, we were in one room, mic'd.
We have this studio. We're able to record, take our time, bring things in. We brought in a lot of sound, and then we just gave the whole mess to this amazing mixer named Chicky Reeves, who lives in London.
It's been made with a great deal of care and a lot of attention to detail.
It's so rewarding, like, oh, I noticed you did this, or you said this, or gosh, that's such an interesting word to use here. Or just details are nice to have recognized.
The music that we make is exactly what we want. We really don't care if anyone likes it or not.
All right, little break.
Yeah, hold on.
Little break. Are we being too serious?
You were home.